Hello Hivers, welcome to Honeybee Stamping Hive, where creative buzz is always in the air. I am Tashana Lundy, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Florida, serving customers all over the United States. And today, we're going to be making a beautiful card using the Regal Winter Designer Series paper, along with the Regal Flora Bundle. So that includes the stamp set as well as the dies. Actually, we're going to be using basically a whole suite of products. I think minus one item. But we're going to go ahead and get started on our card because we have a lot to do, okay? So I'm going to start with the card base of thick basic white. That's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we're going to burnish down our score line, okay? And we have some basic, not basic, but Night of Navy here. And this is 5 by 3 3/4. And we're going to emboss this using the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder. So we're just gonna slide that in. And let me go ahead and get the Stampin' and Cut and Emboss machine. So for our 3D folder, we use plate 1, your folder with the paper inside, and plate number 4, the specialty plate. Seam in first. Okay, so now we've run that through our embossing folder, and this is what we have. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so we're gonna mount this onto some gorgeous grape that is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, okay? So I'm gonna use liquid glue because this is embossed. We wanna make sure the glue, the adhesive grabs very well. So be very generous with your adhesive. Whoop. Make sure you only put it on the back. Okay, so we're gonna add this to our gorgeous grape. I'm gonna center that on there. Okay, and so now we're gonna do a little stamping. So let me get my piece of basic white here. This basic white is 1 7/8 by 2 5/8. Let me get some grid paper here. So I'm gonna stamp on this using Night of Navy, and we're gonna stamp our sentiment. It says, missing you. And I'm gonna try, let me see. Is it plain on this side? I wanna try to get this straight. I'm gonna stamp it upside down. I'll take that. Okay. So now we have that done. We're going to get some Blackberry Bliss. And I'm gonna stamp the little dottage. I'm gonna put that over in this corner here, and some right there, okay? That's all we need that for. Okay, so now I have some scrap white I'm gonna do the rest of my stamping on. So let's take some Granny Apple Green. And I need some shaded spruce. We're gonna stamp in Granny Apple Green. Well, ink up in Granny Apple Green. We're gonna get a blending brush and go into our shaded spruce. And we're gonna just tap on the bottom and the top portion of our image. And then stamp it down to give us some variation in color. So that's it for these two. So now we have Gorgeous Grape and Night of Navy, and we're gonna do the same thing for these two flower images, okay? So we're gonna stamp this one into the Gorgeous Grape. Get our blending brush for our blue. Just put it a little bit on the bottom there. We're gonna stamp it like that. And it's not that noticeable. but you can tell the difference. And that purple, the Gorgeous Grape, is going to lighten up as the ink dries. So we're going to do that again with the larger image. And this time we're going to tap in the middle of that image. And you want to stamp your images far enough apart so that you can die cut them out. So we're done with the Gorgeous Grape. And we have one more image to stamp, and we're going to stamp that in the Night of Navy. And that is these little leaves here. I actually need 2 of these, and I needed 2 of those, but I forgot. Okay, so now we have that done. You would take your dies, line them up, and die cut these out, but I did that ahead of time to save some time. So we can go ahead and start putting our card together. So for the inside, I have some basic, I keep saying basic, Night of Navy that is 5 by 3 3/4, and I've gone ahead and decorated it. I have some basic white that is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Some designer series paper here that is 3 1/2 by 3/4. I mean a 1/2 inch with a 1/4 inch of the Gorgeous Grape. Then I stamped a flower and a leaf to just put on the inside. So let's glue this on the inside of our card. We can have that done. Okay. I got the inspiration for this card from, I think her name is Rochelle Smith at Stamping Flair. The idea for the colors and everything. So now we're going to take this panel and we're going to put some things on top of that. So I have another piece of Gorgeous Grape. This one is 3 by 3 3/4, and I'm going to put some designer series paper on there that is 2 7/8 by 3 5/8, I believe. So yeah, we're going to adhere these two together. I'm supposed to be using my my stamping seal. I forget. It's always natural to grab this liquid glue. Okay, and then I have another piece of Gorgeous Grape. I believe this one is 2 by 3 3/4, and we're gonna adhere this designer series paper that is 3 5/8 by 1 7/8. We're going to layer those two together. I like the small little border. On my blog, I will have all the measurements that I used. I think all of them. Well, I think the bigger of the measurement. So I won't have the designer series paper measurement. I'll have the matte measurements. And then you just go down a 1/4 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch, whichever you prefer. We're just going to mat this right here on the Night of Navy. It should go from end to end on the Night of Navy like that. Then we're going to take this and mat it on top of there. Right. Well, I forget I'm putting it on some embossed, so I want to put a little extra. And we're going to put this right here in the middle. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to take our white piece that we stamped earlier, and we're going to adhere this to the Gorgeous Grape that is 4. What is this? Is not 4. 2 by 2 3/4. And we're going to put these two together. Just like that. I'm looking now, I can see my Missing You is kind of crooked. I did stamp another one, just the Missing You on a tiny thing, if I needed to put it on here to get it straight, but I think it's good. It's straight enough for me. Okay, so now I have a piece of 4 by 3 1/4, 4 by 3/4 inch piece of Gorgeous Grape. And we're going to adhere this down. I probably should have popped this one up. But we're going to just put this right across here. And this one should go from edge to edge. Okay, so I have a little bit of overhang, so I'm just going to get my snips and cut that off. Okay, just like that. And now we can adhere this down to our card base. I think I was supposed to pop one of those things up. But it's okay. Whoa. Let's go ahead and put this onto our card base. Centering it. Then we're going to put this on here right in the center. It's a lot of layers, so maybe it's best that I didn't pop anything up just yet. Okay, so now we're going to decorate. So this is the fun part. So all of those pieces that I stamped, I went ahead and die cut them ahead of time. Stamped and die cut them. So we have them here. So you need 2 of the green leaves, 2 of the Night of Navy, and then 1 of each of the flowers. Okay. So we're going to start. Let's see. Maybe I should use my silicone craft sheet and my stamping seal. We're going to try it. Okay. So I'm going to put this one up here like this. I'm going to have this one coming out about right there, I think. Then we'll put this one down. And I think I want this one. Oop. Be careful not to put your adhesive in any openings like that. I think I want to put this one about right there. I think that's where I want it. Oh, I was doing pretty good with the snail. What is that? Seal. Lordy. And I think this is supposed to be under here. So let's see. About right there. And then we'll do this one. Is that right? So I think maybe this one needs to move. I had it designed in my head how it's supposed to go, but it's always different when you start laying it down. Because I want this to be about right there. So we'll put this one right here. Like that. Yes, okay. Now this one is popped up on Stampin' Dimensionals. And before we put that down, I almost forgot, we have some of this iridescent striped trim, this little ribbon here, and we're gonna just put this down like this. I want it to go this way, I believe. This is going like that. So I think I want it to go like this. Like this, like this. Yes. So let's put a little adhesive right here. Come on. There we go. So let's do that again. We're just gonna zigzag fold it. Put it right there. Let's get this to adhere to itself. Like that. And we can put our last flower on it. Oh, look at that. You know what I'm going to do for that? If I can get it. I have this tear and tape from one of our paper pumpkin kits. Let's see if this will help. And then maybe we can get another Stampin' Dimensional. Let's get one of these little edge pieces here. Put it right at the top to help us hold down our ribbon. There we go. See, problem solved. So now I'm going to add some bling. And for our bling, we're going to be using the Regal Foiled Adhesive-Backed dots. So we use everything in the suite except for the ribbon that comes in this suite. I just switched it out for this one because I think it's a cherry cobbler ribbon that comes in this suite, and it didn't match the theme of our card. So we're going to use, I'm going to bring out this color, I think. Let's use, do I? Or do I want to use the blue? Let's use these. I'll put 2 right here. I think they're all the same size, so put 1 right there. I'm going to put some around all of our little flowers here. Tuck them in, tuck them in. So that is good. Isn't that pretty? Oh man, this is a gorgeous card. If you want any information on all the sales and promotions and going on with Stampin' Up, visit my blog at honeybeestampinghive.com, okay? Okay, you guys, that's it. That's all. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I would like to thank you for buzzing by the Hive today. Until next time, buzz you later.